Question 292. Do you trust your government? Why/why
Oh, hell
not?
How long you got?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Sorry, I'm sorry. The Cheeto in Chief's face flashed into my head. I was like, nope.
This is a preemptive.
It was.
He's only a piece of your government. The rest of it should be keeping it under control. The checks and balances.
The checks and balances are.
How's that going?
Not well. Since I'm sorry. Since I'm already talking, I'll just finish up really quickly. I do trust my state congressman. That's a Congressman Cohen. He's awesome. My Tennessee State Senator Blackburn is horrendous and gross. She's just gross, and she just got. And Trump just appointed her to an even higher thingy, and ugh. Every time I write her about anything, she comes back with, yes, but should federal money really be used to support Planned Parenthood? And I'm like, yes, because it's healthcare. And I'm done.
Sammy says yes, and then, no, I don't, because it's a government. Junk Shop says, fuck no.
That's my man.
Well,
Badger, do you have an opinion on this one?
Wait a minute. You just added my answer? You added it?
I added it?
You said I said something.
No, I said Sammy.
You said I...
no different Sam.
Oh.
Sammy in the chat. Go on, Badger.
What's happening right now?
Right.
Well, Badger.
It's
Oh,
for
me.
Yeah.
Right, my answer is, of fucking course I fucking don't. Have you seen it?
It's just a government made up of the people. We voted for them.
No, it's fucking not. It's a government made up of the people who have all the money.
Yes.
It's a thing is what was I mean. It's a representative democracy. We don't we don't have the right to recall them when they fuck up. We got to wait like 5 years to get them out or whatever for another bunch of arseholes to come in and misrepresent us the next 5 years. But the only thing I trust any government to do is fuck things up. Quite frankly,
A mechanism for if over 50% of the population says the government should be removed, it should instantly be removed from power.
Oddly enough, I think government, the way governments are organised, are wrong. It's one of those things that it got me. I'm going to do something I've got told not to. I think that democracy, as people hail as a good thing, right? Democracy is a terrible thing. Okay, the only thing that you can say that democracy has done is historically it has prevented the worst. It does not produce the best. Okay, and I think if you change governance, so the point of governance is to reduce harm. So instead of voting for things, you vote against things. Because people are more angry about what they're against than willing to agree what they're against. Very quick.
How would you get anything like
Dave,
but you
isn't
wouldn't.
that kind of what we end in reality though? That's what we end up doing already. Okay.
Yeah.
To some degree, yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the point is,
I
it's
mean,
not
for-
though. We're meant to be happy about the fact that we're voting for someone.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying. I mean, what you're saying is, in essence, what we really end up doing. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Well, listen.
But my
can
point
I
is, it
tell
should be
you-
organised to do that properly. Go on.
Yeah, but
I've worked for the government.
Yeah.
And in the United States, I was part of the military, and I don't trust them at all.
Mm.
And that's from someone who has been in the system.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me.
I second guess everything that is told to me. Even when I was in the service, I second guessed everything, and I had to in order to do my job sufficiently.
I find it really weird that
second-
the military are told that they have a set of international laws that they have to follow when it comes to following orders, and they're also told you follow orders. So not only do you have the chain of command that you are meant to follow under all circumstances, you also have a thing that says, but don't follow them if they're these, but you better follow them.
Right.
Well, that came out of World War II.
Yes.
It's a huge
There's
contradiction.
a reason.
Right, sorry, go on, Julie.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I just said that specific thing came out of World War II when we decided that just following orders was no defense for committing war crimes. And then also the other thing I wanted to say about the voting negatively, like I see your point, but then I know what would happen here. I mean, I can imagine, I can extrapolate what would happen here is that they just switch the language. And so they might say, they might put something on that says, okay, so if you don't want abortion to be legal, vote against abortion. And it would be close. It would be
I agree.
frighteningly
You know what
close.
happens? What happens when you change the language of something? It means that you're eliminating people who don't have the ability to understand the language change.
Oh, I
So
mean,
there's-
I think an awful lot of watching, again, over my lifetime, everything has been about manipulating language, politics and business.
Right, but there are people who don't have the capacity to understand language like others.
And do you want to know what makes me angry? What's really angry? And I got a real rant, and it's absolutely meaningless, but it makes me angry. Okay, people pay for Wi-Fi. Okay, on their internet connection. Right.
Oh,
Wi-Fi
that is
is
silly. That
provided
should be
by a
free.
router in your house. Yes, you buy a router that does Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi costs nothing once you've got it. The fact that people pay for Wi-Fi in your house is insane. But they've been convinced that this is a legitimate service.
Right, but that has nothing to do with
What do you
whether
mean
I
people
trust
paying
the
for
government.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, that's a bit off topic.
Oh, it's very off topic, but it was about the language change.
Very.
It was about.
Yeah.
No, I'm wondering what you mean by that, Dave, because you mean they're paying for their 4G connections on their phone?
No.
Here, it's just anything. Like the Wi-Fi I'm talking to you right now through my computer in my apartment, we pay for that. We pay to use that.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
I
pay
think
extra for that over and above your initial internet connection?
Yes. We pay to have an internet connection.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, but
Yeah.
like,
So if you're really poor, really poor in the
can I-
U.S., you don't have access to the internet unless you go to a public library or something.
but there's no extra fee for having the Wi-Fi.
Wait a minute.
It's that just is our internet, like because Wi-Fi exists now. But before now,
It's mostly
it was-
bundled in
It
now.
was.
I was
Yeah,
just-
before Wi-Fi, it was
Yeah.
a different kind of internet. But
Right.
whatever it was, you paid for it.
I'm like
sorry.
chomping at the bit to talk.
Sorry, go
No,
on.
sorry,
I
Sam.
I distracted
right.
us in another way, and I was.
I'm
You've got to
sorry.
let Sam go first.
You're all great. I love all you guys, man. You're all so great. I mean, all you guys. But listen, I was in the military, and I know they lied to my face. Straight up lied to my face. Right? And was that the government? I don't think so. That was just people telling me to do things. That wasn't the government. But then there's this other thing that people call the government. I don't know what that is. I can't pinpoint it. Right? You know what I mean? But if the government wants to tell me I have to do something, and if I don't do it, I'm somehow not doing the right thing, then that's fucked up, man. Now, I don't know if I'm
I
explaining
have
that
comments.
correctly, but
I have comments, but I don't want to keep delayed talking across.
Oh, we haven't heard. I think. Thank you, Sam, because I see your point. But Jen never got to answer the question.
She didn't.
Jen's
But
gone.
you didn't give your point either. So, go on, Jen.
Sorry, what was the point? What was the question?
Jen,
Exactly.
Jen, do you trust ScoMo?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
that's right.
the government in basically, you know what I mean?
Look, there are individual politicians who I've met who I trust, but the system as a whole, no, not exactly.
See, I don't think you can trust
there's
any
certainly-
politician that's a member of a party.
bastards.
See, this is the thing I was gonna mention, Dave. I don't think. I think all governmental parties should be abolished, and each issue voted on by the people separately.
And I think that might be viable in the future. We're getting to a point where that will be viable. No, here's the problem. I think it'll be manipulated, just the same way. In fact, I think it might be worse because I think it's easy. It's very easy to convince an awful lot of idiots to do something against their interest.
Yep.
I include myself in the term idiot then, because the things I don't care about, it is easy to convince. Again, I'm not going to say that. I'll get into trouble.
I think the parliamentarians should have to have secret ballots on the issues they're voting for.
I waver on that.
No,
I get the other side of it in that it's harder to hold them accountable if you do that because they can say, "Oh, we're going to vote this way," and then not. But I think it'd be better.
If I'm electing someone, I want to know what fucking way they're voting on something. You know?
Yeah, but the whole question is, do you actually trust the government? Do I trust the government? And I live in America. I live in Arizona. And do I trust them? No. I don't.
Yeah.
I know so many American ex-military who say the exact same thing. That's
and I've been in the military. That's right. I've been in the military, and I do not, because they've done things to me while I was in the military. So no, absolutely not.
Okay. Let's flip this so we can move on. Is there anyone here that does in any way trust their government?
Well, like Jen said, I do trust individual politicians. There are a couple who I think are genuinely trying to do good for the most people, and I'll cite Ocasio AOC on that. I'm gonna butcher her name right now if I'm not looking at it to say it. So, but yeah,
in all honesty, it's the party machine that destroys it all.
We lost.
Yeah,
we did.
No.
I wonder if he's getting fiber optics put in.
I'm having a lot of internet issues here at the moment.
And StreamYard's on the back of it is really struggling.
I can tell you were going to say something about the organized.
I think part of the problem is actually the party system. I think the party system screws it up.
The problem is, here's the problem. What is the alternative to that?
I wanted to hear that.
What is the alternative? As soon as you eradicate it, what you have is small groups of people that you don't know are accountable to anyone. Because that's what they do.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But
I agree with you, the party system is to blame, or is very much at fault. What I don't know is how you'd fix it. And we've lost Badger too. I think we might have lost losing Southern England. I hope it stays that way.
This question is clearly cursed, and we should move on.
We've got Badger
back. Messages from anyone? Badger's back.
Yay!
I'm having. I have comments, but I don't want to keep just delayed talking across everyone because it gets.
That's okay. Right, just let me run through the things, then we're going to go to the next question. You never give your point. I know I didn't. Reese says the world is run by paedophiles and psychopaths, and the higher up it gets, the seedier it gets. That may or may not be true. He says the older he gets, the less he trusts. Hissy says, I've just seen the question. Absolutely not. Reese, I don't trust any government. They all piss in the same pot. A small group of elite families control the entire monopoly. Tony says distrust in the government is partially a function of the availability heuristics. Times that things run well and nothing happens don't stick in your memory. No. Oddly enough, it's one of those things, right? And I've tried to discuss this with other people.
I agree. I agree with what Tony had said in that statement. I agree with that statement.
The problem is I think governments need to move slowly. I think governments should move slowly. I don't think governments should be making snap decisions.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to. Corona, they move slowly, and that's part of the problem.
Yeah, the problem there is that decision should have been made years ago. In a lot of respects, it was, and other people came in and got rid of it.
My comment on this is I trust the government to do everything it can to maintain the current status quo where rich people continue to get richer and everyone else can go fuck themselves. As long as...
yes, but we've seen in the past that's not always the case. This is the problem.
That status quo is functional in that it keeps society at kind of going, but
yes.
I don't trust them to do anything to improve the lives of people who are not already in the rich people club.
Again, I would disagree, especially if you look at the last century of America. Although saying that, if you then include race in the thing, it gets a lot funnier.
Yeah,
but
really?
when you didn't include race, and you look at America, America raised an awful lot of its lower into the middle classes through the 50s, 60s, and 70s. There has never been a greater increase in population in history. What's the word? In population increasing in wealth. That doesn't mean to say they were perfect. That doesn't mean to say they didn't leave a shitload of people behind. But no other country in history has done so well. Although saying that, I think history might look back at China in the last 30 years and say otherwise. I think we will see where history goes with that.
Okay. Am I back, am I?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to last. I've had to come back in on my phone because for some reason the internet's playing silly buggers in my house right now.
No problem. We shall run to the next question. Yes, again, you're probably getting fired.
Yes, let's run to the next question and also vote. People vote.
Yes. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.